Hello and welcome to Let's Play Legend of Illusion starring Mickey Mouse on the Sega Game Gear. Disney 1994, Sega 1994. Okay, there's a bit of a story to read out, here we go. Okay, once upon a mouse there was a kingdom in a faraway place. That was ruled by the selfish King Pete. One day a dark shadow crept across the land, withering crops and making people very unhappy. Pardon me. King Pete's advisor told him the only way to cure the kingdom was for a king to journey out and find the legendary Water of Life. But I can't do that, said King Pete, trying to hide his fear as he paced nervously. Just then, Mickey, a lowly laundry boy, entered the room. King Pete told Mickey he was now an honorary king and had to find a cure for the kingdom. Mickey protested, but King Pete only gave him his crown and left the room. Mickey decided even if he weren't a real king, that should be weren't, not wasn't, because it's subjunctive caused by the if. Even if he weren't a real king, maybe he could find someone who was. And set off to find the kingdom of Goofy. Okay, that's the story, and here's the title screen. Legend of Illusion, starring Mickey Mouse, Sega, 1994 Disney. Okay, this is the third and final Mickey Mouse Illusion game released for the Sega Game Gear. The first one was Castle of Illusion, the second one was Land of Illusion, and the third one is this one. The first two, Castle of Illusion and Land of Illusion, they were also released for the Sega Master System, and Land of Illusion is quite a bit different from Land of Illusion on the Sega Game Gear, rather, is quite a bit different from the Master System version. The Master System version of Castle of Illusion is more or less the same as the Game Gear version, and vice versa, of course. But the Master System version of this game is absolutely identical to this version. And that's because the Master System version of this game, it was only released in Brazil by Tectoy. Tectoy was Sega's distributor in Brazil, and they made a few exclusives for the Sega Master System. The majority of those, they were just ports of Game Gear exclusives that weren't released by Sega. As I said before, there was a Master System version of Castle of Illusion and Land of Illusion, and those games are slightly different. But the Master System version of this one, because it was a direct port of the Game Gear version, just put on the Master System by Tectoy, it's exactly the same game. So Tectoy, they made a few exclusives, the majority of which were just Game Gear ports, but there were a couple of games that they made that weren't Game Gear exclusives, well, European and American Game Gear exclusives. One of them was Woody Woodpecker for the Master System. I've played it and it's not very good, but there are other examples of Tectoy quote-unquote exclusive games. They are, there's this game, Virtua Fighter Animation is another one. That was a Game Gear exclusive. It was meant to be anyway, but Tectoy ported it to the Master System in Brazil only. There was Mortal Kombat 3, and there was also Sonic Blast. I've done a video of Sonic Blast for the Game Gear, but it was ported to the Master System by Tectoy. And interestingly, when they reprogrammed it for the Master System, because the Master System doesn't have a start button, it just has a pause button, and also because on Sonic Blast both buttons, button 1 and 2, they both make Sonic jump. I think one of the buttons actually pauses the game on the Master System version, as well as the pause button. Whereas on this version they programmed it properly because buttons 1 and 2 do different things. But on Sonic Blast, I don't think they bothered to do that because there's just a one-button game really, because it just jumps, and that's all you need for Sonic Blast. Anyway, yeah, so that's a little story of Tectoy and their exclusive games. But yeah, the majority of them were just sort of, they were supposed to be Game Gear exclusives, but they weren't released on the Master System by Sega, so they did it. There are others, of course. They also ported some other Master System games, but with altered graphics. There was, if you've seen my video of Kung Fu Kid on the Sega Master System, Tectoy did a version which was using one of their cartoon characters, which is a frog or something, and it's exactly the same game except you don't play as Wang. You actually play as a frog, which doesn't make any sense really. But I suppose I'd have to read the Portuguese instruction manual, which firstly I don't own, and secondly I couldn't read anyway because I can't read Portuguese. Yeah. Now, the Wonder Boy games were released with a different character as well. They were called Monica or something. There's Wonder Boy Monsterland, Wonder Boy Through the Dragon's Trap, and they were just released with different characters, but the games were identical apart from that. And it doesn't look right, really, but that's sort of what they did, Tectoy anyway. But anyway, they did release this game on the Master System in Brazil, so... Anyway, but it's exactly the same game, is what I'm trying to convey. Anyway, right, now that we've discussed that, I will just talk quickly about what I think about the game. Now, I first played Land of Illusion in about 1993 for the Master System, and I played Castle of Illusion for the Master System in about 2001, something like that, and I thought it was a really good game. Although I used to look at the box of the Master System when I was little, and on the back was it was a screenshot of Castle of Illusion, and I thought, wow, that looks really good, because I played to death Land of Illusion and I really wanted Castle of Illusion. It wasn't for another 8 years that I would get Castle of Illusion. I first played the Game Gear versions in about 2006, I think, and it surprised me because the Master System, the Game Gear version of Land of Illusion is quite a bit different from the Master System version, but the Castle of Illusion port on the Game Gear is more or less the same, slight differences, but essentially the same game. Whereas the Master System version of this is identical. Anyway, but what I think about the game, I think it's it's definitely my least favourite of the 3 games. It's a little bit too easy, it's too short, and if you remember in Castle of Illusion and Land of Illusion, there were one of the ways in which Mickey attacks is by bouncing on the enemies. They've taken that out in this game. The only way we attack in this one, apart from throwing objects, is by bizarrely throwing bubbles. I think they're supposed to be soap bubbles because Mickey's a laundry boy. I don't know how they're supposed to hurt an enemy, but... and also because of that, if you remember, one of the things I liked about Castle of Illusion and especially Land of Illusion were the hidden chests. You know, it really added longevity to the game. Because the bounce attack isn't in this game, there are no more hidden chests, which is annoying. But it's an interesting game anyway, and it certainly piqued my interest when I first played it in about 2005 when I got it for the Master System. But I have it for the Game Gear as well. But yeah, they're identical. Anyway, right, let's skip this and play the game now, because I've been talking for 8 minutes now. Okay, start button. Okay, so in the Kingdom of Pete, we've moved automatically to Castle Goofstein. Yeah, another complaint about this is the game is too linear. If you remember in Castle of Illusion, you could choose your level, and in Land of Illusion especially, you have to go back and visit previously completed levels. In this game, I think there's only one choice, and you either press left or right at when there's a certain level, and then that makes a choice for you, but it doesn't have any bearing on the game whatsoever, so it's more or less linear, this game. Anyway, Castle Goofstein, here we go. Enough talk. Okay, yeah, so we jump by pressing button 2, and button 1 throws a soap bubble. There's a cat, we've killed it. Okay, these blocks, they're like the barrels on Castle and Land of Illusion, so you throw them and that's it. Interestingly, Mickey will always drop an item, unless you're running. If you remember on Land of Illusion and Castle of Illusion... Oh, whoops. Yeah, that was close. If you remember on those 2 games, if you were carrying something that was only one use, like a chest or a block that was only one use, Mickey would always throw it. He would never drop it. But the ones you can pick up again, like the barrels and the blocks, the yellow blocks, you could actually drop them. In this game, Mickey will drop everything unless you press right and right or left and run while throwing them. So that's just an interesting thing. Come on then. Oh, he hurt me with a git. Right. Anyway, another interesting thing is that Mickey will now have, yeah, that's what this block's for. Mickey now has a picnic basket, and if you don't need any health, yeah, that will give you back 1 health point, that Mickey Mouse biscuit thing. But if you don't need it, Mickey will put it in his picnic basket at the bottom of the screen, and you can hold a maximum of 4 items, 4 health items, and if you lose all your health, Mickey will use one automatically. Yeah, a Mickey Mouse biscuit is worth 1 point, a ring donut is worth 2, and a cake, I think it gets all your health back, regardless of how many points you have. Unlike the other games, we actually get more health points by talking to characters in the game, so annoyingly we don't have to find any power stars or anything, which is another good thing about Land of Illusion, so we don't do that in this game either. Okay, here's a barrel. Press left and then we go right, press right and then we go left. We need this barrel to go up. For some reason Goofy has pictures of himself everywhere in his kingdom. Anyway. That's a gem, that's points, and that's another cookie. Mickey has put it in his picnic basket thing because we don't need it. So if we lose all our health, Mickey will use it automatically, but at the end of the level it's forfeited anyway. It just counts towards points, so you can't carry over health items from one level to the next. Anyway, that's what that's for. Okie dokie, there's a weasel thing, whatever it is. There we go. Yeah, so if this were Land of Illusion or Castle of Illusion, Mickey would always throw this chest, but because it's this game, if you don't move while throwing it, if you don't move while pressing button 1, Mickey will drop it, which sort of put me off. It was a large cake, so that puts that goes into his basket. There's another biscuit. That's a goblet. That's points. Can't remember how many points it gives us, but it doesn't really matter. And that's the end of that. Yeah, so this game is pretty short and pretty easy, apart from the last boss. I mean, I'll tell you about that later. I know you've travelled far, but unfortunately King Goofy is not here. He left some days ago to help his good friend, King Donald. We have not heard from him and are greatly concerned. Can you help us? I am on a quest of my own, but I will do my best to find him. It says what, but that means... Yes, whoever returns with the water of life will rule forevermore. I will not lose my kingdom to that lowly little mouse. I must stop him. Oh dear, he's found out. Okay, so now we're going to the forest, and we can't go back, so there's no point in having a map because we can't go back. Okay, so we're going to the forest now. Okay, yeah, those hands are quite annoying. Right, okay, climb up here. Okay, the bees, yeah, they only tend to be able to hurt you when they're going down. When they're going up, they can't hurt you, but they're pretty easy to avoid. Okay, the gem, that's some points. Another ghostly hand thing. There we go. Chuck a soap bubble at it. Okay, yeah, just avoid it. There we go. Okay, what's in here? Another gem. Okay, to move that, just try to pick it up, and Mickey will move it automatically. It's a pretty easy puzzle. I think a blind monkey could solve it, to be honest. Here we go. Get rid of that. Okay, yeah. There's one more thing I forgot to talk about, because I did it in the last level, but I forgot to mention it. There's a new move in this game. You can actually jump and pick things up. That wasn't possible in the first 2 games, but it's actually quite tricky to pull off. Now, unfortunately, the last boss requires us... It requires us to do this quite a few times, because I think 12 times we have to hit him, and the last boss will throw bombs at us, and we have to pick them up in the air, and if we miss, then they hurt us. And it's really annoying, but we have to do this over and over again, and it's sort of tricky to pull off, but it's necessary. Come on. No, come on. I can do this. There we go, see? Come on. There we go, killed that thing. Let's get that. Hey! I should have killed it. Anyway, that was a donut. So that's that. Okay, go down here. Okay, you can use the block to go across, just like in the castle ruins in Land of Illusion. Blimey, that was oh, how annoying. That was ages ago I did that game, wasn't it? Blimey. Yes, go away. Okay, rescue that squirrel or whatever it was. Go up here. Jump at the right time, that'll give you a jumping boost. There's a snake with an astronaut's helmet on for some reason. I don't know why. You can either do that and just hang across the. You can go across with the vines, or you can use the bubble and climb on that. It doesn't matter which one you do really. The gem. Okay, these monkeys will help you. You have to use the monkeys here. But yeah, make sure when you jump across using the monkeys that you press up. If you don't press up, that will happen. You'll just go down. You have to press up if you want to go from monkey to monkey, like that. Make sure you press up as you jump. There we go, lovely. Okay, another astronaut there. Serpent astronaut. I think it kills us if we get to the bottom of that or something. I don't know. Okay, another biscuit, lovely. I think there's something else up there. Let's have a look. Yeah, there's something else up there. Let's go back. You can get to the end via this way, but I think there's another chest up there if we go this way. So yeah, just make sure you press jump at the right time and Mickey will have a little jumping boost. There we go. Lovely, yep, there's a chest here, good. I'll get a life, it's worth it, good. And that's that. Yeah, so the last boss is annoyingly tricky, which is sort of surprisingly tricky considering how the rest of the game is easy. Once through the forest, Mickey came upon a large stone statue. Okay, go on. Why are you wandering so deep in my forest? I'm on my way to Buckingham Palace. Oh, very good. To seek the help of a true king. The cure you desire will require you to cross the 2 bridges of destiny. Where are they? You must prove your worth to a true king before you will know where to find them. Okay, so we're now going to Buckingham Palace. Interestingly, I've never actually been to Buckingham Palace. I nearly did a couple of years ago when I went through London, but it would have required me to get off the underground train I was on and buy another ticket, and I didn't want to do that and waste my time. So I didn't. There's nothing to see there anyway, really, because you're not allowed in. There's just loads of guards and there's a tourist in front with cameras. So it's not really that exciting. Anyway, yeah, this is Buckingham Palace or something. Okay, 2 biscuits, lovely. Yeah, so we forfeit the health items between levels. Okay, there's nothing over there. Good. Oh, you little critter. Why did I jump there? Right, now these blocks are interesting. If you notice, there's an N and an S block. Now, they actually stand for the North Pole and the South Pole of a magnet. So if you pull out the South Pole magnet thing, it'll attract the N at the North Pole, and then you can climb up there. Okay, that's annoying. Right. There we go. There's another North Pole there, but it's not really needed. Why did I go to the left there when I jumped? Look, if I do that... Oh, no. Oh, never mind. Yeah, for some reason it went to the... You know, I did that, and then it went to the... Oh, never mind. Right. I can't seem to repeat what I did. Anyway, now these ones, because they're both the same pole, if you like, they sort of repel each other, and that's why they sort of bounce, which is actually quite clever, I think, anyway. But I think this game's a little bit too short. It didn't make good, you know, it didn't utilise the sort of gimmicks enough, really. No, I think Land of Illusion and Castle of Illusion, they were sort of long enough to utilise the various gimmicks for life there. Okay, now, this is the last time we'll be using this gimmick. Now, if you notice, there's an S block there and S block there, but they're inside the wall. Now, if you pick up the N block, it'll make the S block come out, but you have to touch the N block to the S block. And there we go, that's it, and then out permanently. Oh, good, health. Okay, and that's the end of that. That's in the Buckingham Palace. There we go. There are bosses in this game. I've already mentioned the last boss, but there are other bosses, including this one. This one's quite annoying. Where is he? Yeah, just keep chucking the block at him. Try to pick it up as quickly as possible. No, I missed. Quick. Good. Quick. Oh, good. Other side. Oh no, he's doing that. When I first played this, I thought that was a door, but it isn't. It's just because the light isn't getting there because the block's in the way. Yes, yes, yes. Well done. Right. Just take your time with this. It's easy enough. There we go. And there's Goofy. Okay, thanks for saving me. I came to help King Donald, but I haven't been able to find him. I'll continue looking for King Donald, but you should return to your kingdom, sir. They need your help and are greatly worried about you. Gosh, thanks, little buddy. Here, let me give you this map. It should help you find your way. I also want you to have my Goofstein pendant. It will help protect you on your journey. Good luck. Thank you. I think that puts our health up by 1. Mickey returns to the Sphinx. It should put our health up by 1 after the Sphinx. Now you have earned the trust of a true king and proven yourself worthy. However, the journey to the Bridges of Destiny will not be easy. Will you continue your quest? No. Oh, can't answer that. I can't give up. I've got to help my kingdom. I have to help my kingdom. Very well, then know this. Your kingdom suffers because the tree of life in the Garden of Illusion is dying. Save the tree, and you will save your kingdom. But now, you must hurry. King Donald needs your help as well. Where will I find him? In the Lake of Dreams. Who names these places? We will meet again, young wanderer. Okay, so now going to the Sunken ruins. Who names these places? Lake of Dreams or whatever? Yeah, so let's put our health up by 1. Oh, pardon me. Put our health up by 1, and annoyingly, I nearly touched those. I need to touch that whirlwind twice. Okay, I don't know what this thing is, but it helps us up like that. Okay, I don't know why they give us a block here, because we have loads of things to throw, because we have the soap bubbles. And there's a thing there, it's a biscuit, lovely. What's this? It's a donut, lovely. I can do with a donut now. Okay, no point having the door there. Why do I keep doing that? Okay, no, there's no point having a door because... Oh, you can actually pick up those coins. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Yeah, that gives us points. Anyway, there's no point having a door because we can't go back in it. Okay, pull the switch out. It's a bit like Land of Illusion, the pyramid on Land of Illusion, at the desert level. Okay, now before we go down, jump across. Kill that, pick up the coins. Lovely. Again, give me your gold. Okay, yep. Nab. Oh, you git. Okay, so nab this. Okay, go back up here. There's not. Well, not. Let's explore over here first. There's nothing up there really that we want to do now. Don't pull that switch. No point because we'll be going down there later. That block's pretty useless as well. Okay, jump all the way over here. There's another switch to pull there. We won't pull it yet. Actually, we'll pull it now because we need to go through there. Right, nab that. And there's another chest here, and inside is another gem. Don't go down there, that's the end, and I want to show you the rest of the level. Okay, go through here, and then go down here. And then there's some water to swim in. There we go. We can't kill the fish. Anyway, pull the switch out. Try not to touch the fish. I don't know why I just did that, because I need to pull it again. That's because I pulled the one before. I need to push it, rather. Right, let's get some more air. I'm really stupid today, sorry. That's it, give me that air. Good. Okay, quickly go through here, because the air goes down surprisingly quickly. Okay, don't touch the spiky ball and you won't get hurt. There's some more air here, if you're worried, but you don't really need it. You'll be able to make it through. There we go. There's another chest down here, that's why I wanted to show this. Another donut, good. Okay, use the block to kill the annoying fish. There we go. And that's where that would have led earlier, where I was before. Get some air. Pull the switch. There's another thing to go through. No, wait, that's it. Get the chest. There's a goblet. Luckily, you can't turn it. You can't turn the fish. You can't turn the fish. You can't turn the switch. You can't turn it off again accidentally like you could on Land of Illusion. That was annoying on that game. Anyway, here is where we were before. That's where that chest was. So that's what was down here. So there's two ways to the exit. Anyway, yeah. So on Land of Illusion, on the was it? No, it was the sandcastle level. You could actually turn the switches off. Oh, that's the first time I've ever made it through there without getting hurt. That's interesting. I'm not joking either. That's the first time. That always hurts me normally. Anyway, yeah, on the sandcastle level, those switches, I kept turning them off accidentally because when you go past me, if you slightly touch them, it'll turn them off again. On this one, you can't do that because you know the animation is different. Anyway, that's that. So done. Good. Okay, up here is another place, but we won't go there yet. We'll go there later. Trust me. Okay, down here is that. Pull that switch. There's a chest here. Don't touch the spiky things, of course. I think it's coral or something. I don't know. Right, there we go. Go up here. The tide's going down for some reason. I don't know what the point of it is, but you know, go down here. Right, there's a block to take care of the fish. That's it. Get some air. Okay. Don't bother pulling the switch because it will just turn this platform off. But if you do find that you need the switch, by all means pull it. But I never seem to need it. Yeah, otherwise the platform will turn off and then you won't be able to go up there. Anyway, Donald is just up there. But have a look down here first. Okay, we can't go up there because the switch is off. And I've tried making this jump and we can't do it. So, but there's another way down there, trust me. There's another way down there. Okay, there's Donald, but don't talk to him yet. Go over here first. There's a chest, of course. There we go. Lovely big cake. Lovely. Okay, now go down here, but go to the right, and then you just make it onto that platform where we couldn't reach earlier. And that, my friends, is where we were earlier. That's another way up there. So that's the other route you could take if you don't want to go in the water because you hate swimming or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, you can actually have a look now if you want to have a look at this place. Yeah, there we go. And you can go back down again if you want, but there's no point. There's no time limit, but so I suppose you can, but it wouldn't do any good. Anyway. Anyway, go back up here now. And then up here, and then here's King Donald. He was also a king in Land of Illusion, wasn't he? But Goofy wasn't. There's no Horace Horse collar in this one either. Although no one knows who he is anyway. Thanks for your help, my lad. What brings you so far from your own kingdom? Sounds like his uncle there, Uncle Scrooge, saying my lad like that. The laundry boy tells King Donald his story. Yikes, I must return at once to drive those thieves from my castle. It's up to you to find the Tree of Life and save our kingdoms. I'll do my best, sir. Truly, with such a noble heart, you should be a king. Here, let me give you the pendant of Buckingham. Buckingham. It will make you stronger. Gosh, thanks. Best of luck, young friend. Okay, that should give us another health point after we talk to the Sphinx again. You have done well. The bridges of destiny lie ahead. Beyond them you will find two keys that together will open the doorway to the realm of illusion. Only then will you find the path to the Tree of Life. Well, gee, then I guess I better get started. I mean, I had better get started. It always annoys me when they don't have the had. I'm saying, if you say I better get started, it doesn't make any sense because there's no auxiliary verb in that. You need the had. Anyway, wait. In each of the worlds beyond, you will find a guardian who uses great magic. Your ordinary soap will not help you there. Yeah. I told you that he uses soap bubbles as a weapon. I don't know. I don't understand how that works as a weapon. Show it to me before you cross the bridges, and I will cast a spell to make it stronger. Okay. Okay, so you can choose here, left or right. As soon as you press left or right, that's it, the choice is made. So I always go left first. And we go to Rainbow Wastelands. Now this is an interesting level because it's side-scrolling. But yeah. The ground changes colour. First enemy, there's some cacti, plural. If you've seen Alan Partridge, you'd understand that joke. Lexi, plural. Then a shark comes, then these spiky balls come, then a flame comes. Now, if you throw a soap bubble at it, it turns into a bubble. That's a clue for later, remember that. Then a skull comes, it's actually a rat or something. And then it's back to cacti, plural. I love Lexi. Yeah, you'd have to have seen Alan Partridge. I'm Alan Partridge to understand that little reference there. Spiky balls again. Oh, whoops. There is a boss at the end of this, and you got me again, the git. It's going to make the boss sort of awkward. Oh no, it won't, because it's the end of the level before the boss. Yeah. But yeah, this boss can be awkward. Oh good, it did reset our health. Now, to get this boss, you have to wait for it to lean forward, you have to throw a thing at it, and then throw another one. Now, I didn't... I made it go white, but I didn't actually hurt it. You have to make it go white, and then chuck another one at it, and then it'll remove part of its body. The enemy that will spawn, depends on the colour of the ground. So when it's yellow, he will spawn a cactus. I think he'll spawn a fire or something, a bit of fire. That's it. So do that. That's it. That's how you get him. But he'll still attack anyway. Yeah. You can't get rid of the fire there with the soap bubbles. Yes, that's the way to get him. So you have to do that 4 times. But it gets sort of more awkward because you have to. It's more difficult to aim because he changes his size. Oh, I just missed. There's another cactus. Avoid the antennae on his head. They do hurt, of course. Good, there's another one. Should be a shark, I think. Yep. For some reason, the sharks don't like soap, and for some reason, we're walking on water. I don't understand how a shark is in the ground. Someone would like to explain that to me. I'd be really grateful. Right. A burrowing shark. They're evolving. Right, so just one more hit. This is always the hardest hit to get in my opinion, because it's sort of like awkward. There we go. Ah, I just missed him. Yeah, it's sort of awkward to get the last one in because, you know, it's difficult to aim because he changes shape. It's a bit like the boss on the second boss on Sonic the Hedgehog Chaos, if you remember that one. You know, that's actually quite hard, that boss I always find. Even though the rest of the bosses are easy, including the first boss, which is so easy, I don't understand how it's supposed to hurt us. It's the easiest boss in the universe. Anyway, here's the first key. Right, and Mickey's very happy at that. I made it! I found the first key. Now I've got to get the other key. Now I have to get the other key. Okay, so now we can do the Crystal Forest. We could have done this one first, I think, but... yeah. Now this is my favourite level. Right, in here there's an enemy made out of gems or something. There we go, he's dead. Okay, there's a door that when you go into it, it's like Clark Kent turning into Superman. There we go, it's like a revolving door. There we go. How did I kill it and hurt it at the same time? Tell me that. Oh yeah, this thing, yeah. Right, now this thing, you have to get its hat off, the crown off, and it will stop trying to hurt you, and it starts to help you. So it doesn't just go neutral. It actually it actually starts to help you once you get rid of its hat, because you need it. Anyway, so that's that done. Managed to get a cake there for full health. Right, now pay attention on how the laser light there is. Oh, you little git! How the laser light is making the platform appear. Why can't I jump up there? There we go. So that becomes important later. And again here, notice how that block is reflecting the laser light. That becomes important later. Is there anything down there? No. Hate these critters. Go away. Uh-oh. Oh, phew. Yes, you can actually do that. I forgot to mention, if you duck and press button 1, you actually make them bounce. A bit like the grenades on the Master System version of Shinobi, if you remember that game. or if you've seen my playthrough of it. Shameless plug there, but yeah, if you duck, it makes them roll along, which is quite handy. But that's the worst weapon in the game, in my opinion. So. Anyway, donut, lovely. Another one of those critters. Right now, remember how the laser light makes platforms appear? Now we have a thing here. If you do that, it won't work. So you have to pick it up by jumping like that. There we go, and then put it round the right way, and it reflects the light and makes the platform appear. Lovely. Okay, get rid of that. Go away. Okay, it's another donut, lovely. Oh good, we've got a spare one. Okay, don't touch this thing, that's actually hurts you, that thing, but it makes a platform appear, which is handy. Right, there we go, up there. Jump across. Now there's another one of those bishop things with a crown. Get rid of its crown and then it helps you, and then it will help you jump across here. So it's sort of like, start sort of emasculating it, sort of like, you know, sort of taking away its sort of taking away the thing that makes it nasty, and it turns turns into your slave. Anyway, I think this is where the water is, isn't it? Yes, it is. Yeah, this water's weird. You can't kill the enemies when you're inside the water, but these enemies can die if you're near the edge, and you can throw a soap bubble. I'll see if I can do that. Come on. No, it's being a dick. Yeah, so if they're close enough so you can do that, then you can kill them, but otherwise you can't kill them. And ow, git. Go away. Go away. Yeah, so I can kill this one now. See, there we go. Should be a chest, yep. I'll go to biscuit, needing that. Saying biscuit reminds me, there was a YouTube video I saw, I shouldn't really laugh, but there was a woman who had Tourette syndrome. And the way her Tourette syndrome was manifested was she kept saying biscuit over and over again. It was quite bizarre. She just kept saying biscuit. You know Tourette syndrome, where they can't stop using foul language, or they can't stop having facial tics or something. Her tic was keeping on saying biscuit. I think it's still on YouTube. If you search for Tourette syndrome biscuit, I'm sure you'll find it. You shouldn't laugh, but it's the most bizarre thing you'll ever see. And she keeps saying biscuit over and over again. I really feel for her, but you know, it's just weird. I'm really glad I don't have it, and my heart and sympathies go out to her. Anyway, enough of that. Let's go in this water. Now, there's an annoying chest. There's nothing in the corner, by the way, I've checked. There's an annoying chest at the end of this level, which, if you don't get it the first time, then you can't get it ever. So you have to get it the first time. I'll show you where it is, and it's a real pain in the ass. Whoops. Yeah, they hurt, those things, so try not to go too far. But yeah, this thing, just keep getting closer and closer, that's it, and then try to get these things. There we go, done. Can't believe I got hurt there, but never mind. Right, next level, or rather next bit. Another biscuits. No, I'm not going to remind myself of that biscuit woman. Okay, go up the platform. Up here. Okay, now here, you don't really need the platform. You know, if you just take your time, get the item, don't have to rush to get back on the platform, because you can just do this. Even though you think you can't make it, you can. There we go. You see, even though it looks like you won't make that jump, you always do. You don't need to. You don't need to wait for the platform or anything. Right, this is the last bit of the level. Go over here first. That's it. It's a cake, lovely. Okay, wait for the platform to come back. Now this is where that annoying chest is, and all you have to do is just remember to go left when you drop from the final platform. Go over here first. There's a couple of laser platforms here, and a chest. I think this is a life. Yep. And then wait for the lasers to come back. There we go. I don't know what causes them, but yeah, that's that. But again, it's a gimmick that isn't used enough. You know, I really wish this level were longer, and there were loads. And we could solve more puzzles with that gimmick, you know. The puzzles are too easy. It's a really interesting gimmick, those lasers. I really wish there were a more complicated puzzle to solve. Would have been really good. Okay, go down here. Chuck a thing at this one. Yep, and then just wait for it. Doesn't matter if you don't get it in time. The platform just goes back. Now here... Here, go... Oh, whoops. Now, you need to go and drop on the left, because the chest is just underneath us now. But if you don't go left, you'll miss the platform, and then we won't be able to get the chest. So... Just drop here. That's it. Perfect. Good. And inside is a large cake. There we go, which we don't need. And that's that. So if you drop down here, then you can't get this chest. So it's really annoying. And the only way to get the chest is to start the game again. I don't think there's a way to die either. Anyway, that's that. This end of that level. And here's the boss. Now this lion mosaic thing, he says roar and or he roars roar and his letters hurt. And then he'll start sort of flashing around. It's just luck whether he hurts you or not. And then try to get him when he stops flashing. There we go. And then he will... And then he will drop down, I think, and you can get him again. Here he comes. Yep, there we go. So, 2 opportunities in which to get him. It's just a case of luck whether you can avoid... avoiding the roar is easy, but avoiding the flashing thing is awkward, because he could materialise right behind you, and then... Oh, and then you won't be able to... Then you have to get hurt. Or he could materialise up there, then you won't be able to get him because he's too high. Which is also annoying, but not as bad as getting hurt. Of course! I'm really garrulous today. It means talkative. Right. He's doing the flashing thing again. It's pretty easy. Nah, he did it again. If he does that, you can only get him once. Don't you... Oh, you git. Stop turning into a stained glass window. Oh, here he is. Good. Excellent. Good. What is this thing? What exactly is he? Oh, he's dead. Good. And he will leave the other key there, which we get, and that's that. What is that thing? Anyway. I made it. I found the second key. Hot dog, both keys. Okay, let's talk to the Sphinx again. Very good, young wanderer. I see you have found both keys. Hold them tightly and leap into the chasm beyond. You will be taken to the realm of illusion. But before you go, take with you this pendant. It is the last thing I can give you. From now on, you must create your own destiny. The fate of our world rests in your hands. Mickey clasps the keys tightly and leaps off the cliff. There he is, he's leaping off the cliff. And we're here at the Gardens of Illusion. Okay. Oh yeah, this place, right. Kill that thing and then we can use the whatever it is as a platform. There we go, and then we just make that jump weirdly, even though it looks like we can't. Okay, if you try to kill the crab, it makes it sort of not hurt you. It just renders it sort of... it renders it, what's the word, harmless, that's it. Okay, the toadstools rather are they're bouncers. Kill that thing, then we can use the platform. Now, I don't think you can't make this, you can always make this jump. So just big jump, that's it, and then you go through the ceiling, and that's it. Okay, now that thing will also hurt you, but if you just do that, it turns into a nice bird, and that's it. Right. Okay, chest here. It's a donut, good, we'll save that. Okay, these leaves are slippery, so you have to jump off them pretty quickly. Take care of that critter, there we go. They will actually shoot at you, so take care of them pretty quickly. Okay, go up here for our chest. What's inside? We get a big cake, good, that's spare health. Okay, now you need this block. You need this block. But you don't need it to... I'm making a pig's ear of this, aren't I? You don't need it to cross the spikes, you need it later. So do that. Take care of that. There we go, another biscuit, lovely. You go across this one, there we go, quick. That's it, yeah, and we need it for this one, there we go. So don't waste it on the spikes, otherwise you'll have to get hurt to get it back again or something. Anyway, that's that. Oh yeah, this bit, yeah. Okay, start running on the flower, and then musical notes come out. And eventually a shiny one will come out and we can ride it all the way to the top, and then there's more musical notes in the sky, which is a bit weird. The sky here reminds me of Scrambled Egg Zone on Sonic 2 on the Master System and Game Gear. Anyway, drop down here and it's something interesting. There's a chest, of course, another life, and then there's another block. This block is only used to get back. What on earth was that? How did that happen? Right. That was completely bizarre. That's never happened before. Anyway, glitches, aren't they great? Anyway, you can run to the right or the left, it doesn't matter. There's always something in these Mickey Mouse games on the 8-bits that makes a noise like that. There was a piano on Castle of Illusion and on Land of Illusion, and then there's some panpipe sort of thing on this game, which is there. Anyway, big jump, that's it, just make it there. Oh, not just make it, but yeah. Anyway, that's that. Right. Are you the Tree of Life? I am, and who are you? My name's Mickey, and I've come to help if I can. The waters of the River of Time have stopped. If you cannot start them flowing again, I think cannot is one word. If you cannot start them flowing again, we shall all soon perish. What can I do? The river flows from the Mountain of Mystery. You can see the mountain from here, where the river begins. You will find the source of our troubles. Well then, I'll get to the bottom top of this right away. Great joke. I have summoned this dragonfly to take you there. Gee, thanks, my feet have been hurting a bit. I fully empathise, Mickey, from all the walking I've been doing. Okay, so Tree of Life, and we get to ride a dragonfly with goggles on, which is a bit weird. Anyway, this level's really easy. It's nothing to pick up. You can kill the stars if you want, but it doesn't really matter. Either kill them or avoid them, but they do give you points if you kill them. A bit weird. I don't know why we're killing stars. Isn't that what celebrity stalkers do? There's a little joke for you. Or rather, what they want to do is kill stars anyway, but I don't know whether they'd be able to because of all the bodyguards. Oh, shut up now. Right. Anyway, so we just descended and killed some blobs and avoided trees, and then we go up again. Ascended again, and we're killing more stars, but they're moving this time. Or moving relative to Mickey, I don't know. And we're descending again, and there's dandelion, the seeds that aren't hurting us, and then that's the end. And that was the easiest thing known to man. So yeah, as you can see, this game's really easy, but the last boss is really hard. Anyway, try to kill that beaver thing, and then he appears. Who are you? I am the Sorcerer of Darkness. Now, once the Tree of Life is gone, darkness will spread across the world, and my power will grow beyond your imagination. I will rule over everything in existence. Not if I can help it, foul sorcerer. Who is going to stop me? You, laundry boy? You, Lieutenant Weinberg? If you've seen A Few Good Men with Jack Nicholson, you'll understand that. You, laundry boy? Anyway, to get this man, just wait for him to do an attack like that, and then he'll come down and his shield will be down, and just get him like that. He sometimes does this electric attack, which is slightly harder to avoid, but it's slightly harder to avoid it, but it's still pretty easy. Here it is again, there we go. Ow! For some reason the jump button wouldn't work there. Try not to lose too much health because we need it for something, you'll see. But yeah, this boss is really easy. Yeah, most of the time he will do the fireball attack, but some of the time he'll do the electric attack. But it doesn't really matter, they're both pretty easy to avoid. Okay, the last attack he does is this one, and that's because of this. Yeah, the ball is used by the dragon. Now, when I first played this, I found it really difficult because it's really difficult to know how to get the dragon. It's pretty convoluted. You have to wait for him to open his mouth, and then when he does, chuck a bubble in it, and he will shoot out a bubble, and you can ride it, jump on his head, and it causes him to tail whip that green thing on his head, and that hurts him. That's how you get him. Make sure you duck as he goes past, because he will touch you if you don't, and it will hurt. Trust me. Anyway, wait for him to do that. Wait for him to open his mouth, chuck a thing in it, there's a bubble, and then just rinse and repeat. It's as easy as that. Now, the hard thing is just learning how to do it. Because when I first played this, I was doing everything. I was trying to chuck it at the green thing, trying to chuck a ball in his mouth. Well, not a ball, but soap stud in his mouth and everything. But yeah, for some reason I didn't do it there because I was talking. But yeah, so you will find this boss difficult if you don't know what you're doing. But once you know the secret, it's easy. There we go. I can't remember how many hits he needs, but you don't have to stand on his head for ages. Just touch his head. That's all it's needed, and he'll always chuck the green thing onto his. The jump button wouldn't work again. I apologise. And he'll always chuck that green thing onto his head every time. Nice. There we go. That's it. That's all it's needed. He must know that you jumped off. He must know because he can see. Yeah, don't let him get a cheap hit on you as he flies past. It's really annoying that. It's a waste of a hit. I sympathise with the dragon really because when I was little, well, I think everyone has. Everyone's tasted a bar of soap, haven't they? And it's pretty disgusting. Everyone's tried tasting soap, and I can't believe you got that cheap hit on me. It is pretty disgusting. Although not many people have tried burning soap, which is something I've done. It doesn't burn. Trust me. I've tried. That was close. I've lost more health than I'd like to at this point. Don't want to lose any more. How those wings actually carry that huge dragon, I don't know. They don't look very aerodynamic, do they? I mean, they're tiny. If I use my arms as wings, I mean, I could probably get more lift than that could in real life. Anyway, that's the end of that. That's that boss done. Anyway, Mountain of Mystery. Okay, this is the Falls of Fortune. I'm going to explain something. I'll have to pause it. Okay, now interestingly, apparently, although I've never actually tested it out, there are several gems here that you have to pick up. Now, I've never tested this out, but if you don't get all of them, the ending is slightly different, I think. So if you, because you can miss some, because there are some collapsible platforms, and if you don't get them at the first opportunity, then you won't be able to get them afterwards. So you only have one chance at this, and if you don't get all the gems, the ending is a bit different, but it doesn't make the game any harder, it just makes the ending a little bit different, I think. So try to get all the gems if you want the, I don't know if it's the harder ending or what, or the better ending, because I haven't really tested it out, to be honest. I only found this out just by reading game FAQs really before I actually did this playthrough, because I don't know, just to find out if there were anything that I'd missed. So I'm going to be going for all the gems. Okay, there's the first, there's the second, go up here, there's the third. But yeah, there's only one chance to get that one because of the platform. Okay, there's the fourth. Right, the two there, they're awkward to get because we only have one chance to get them because of disappearing platforms. Yeah, those two platforms there. Okay, there's another one there. Okay, go up here. Okay, there's one there, and then the two that we missed. So go down here. That's it. Lovely. Okay, now get this one. Now be very careful here, and that's because if we jump too high, we'll go on that platform above, and then we won't be able to get the one on the left. So do a little jump like that. Delicate jump, and there we go. Perfect. Lovely jubbly. And then go down here. That's it. Lovely. Okay, we'll get that one in there later. There's one in there, green one. Yeah, we'll get that later. Okay, go over here. Whoops, didn't want to do that. Yep, there's a red one. Another white one. Now, we only have one chance to get this one, so big jump and then get on that rope. Yeah, if you miss that rope and jump down the hole, then you can't get back up again. So, yeah, so we can't get back up there. Another white one. I think there's another yellow one over here, or yellow one. Have I picked up a yellow one yet? I can't remember. I don't think I have. Okay, go over here. Drop down this hole, because it's a purple one. Is there one over here? Yeah, another white one. Lovely. Okay, go down here. There's a white one. That doesn't matter. Anything more here? No, been there. Okay, and that's the end of that. And we managed to find all of them. Yeah, so if you didn't find all of them, you won't get this cutscene. This cutscene you only get if you find all of them. So you get a rainbow, which is quite nice. Okay, Tree of Life. Okay, everyone's happy. Thanks to you, Mickey, your world and mine have been saved. Phew, that's good to hear. But how can I return to my world? Very simple, just follow the River of Time. There's Mickey following the River of Time. Okay, annoyingly though, there's one more thing we have to do, and it's the dreaded last boss. Mickey returns to his kingdom and finds Pete waiting. Guards, arrest this lad for impersonating a king. What? But you said... Not so fast, Pete. Who dares to? This is the brave hero who saved our world, and as written in the ancient scroll, has proven himself to be the rightful king. King, he'll be breaking rocks in the royal quarry. Alright, here we go. Here's the dreaded boss. Yeah, try to grab the bombs in the air. Yep, good, got one. Good. I think he needs 12 hits, and avoid him when he does that, of course. So that's one hit out of the way. No, missed. Yeah, try to avoid the bombs if you do miss picking them up. Good, got it. That's 2. So just 10 more hits now. Hate this boss. Good, that's 3. Doing really well. Famous last words, of course. Alright, I jinxed myself. Good, that's 4. Okay, just 8 more hits now. This is the only way to get him. No, missed. But remember, if you do miss, try to avoid the bomb. No, missed. That was good, that was well judged. Excellent. Right, that's 5 hits now. Come on, I can do this. Yeah, okay, so we're halfway there. Brilliant. You have no idea how tricky it is trying to get those bombs in the air. It really is quite a challenge, I can assure you. Try to keep back if you can. No, oh no, he got me. Never mind. Okay, so just 6 more hits now. Yes, good. 5 more hits. Okay, 4 more hits. We can do this. Come on, I can do this. You see, normally I always lose a life at this, but this will be one of the few times when I don't actually lose a life. Okay, 3 more hits. Come on. Nearly done. No, missed. Oh no, the jump button wouldn't work. No. Yes, good. 2 more hits. Come on. Yeah, normally I always lose a life at this. This will be one of the few times I do it without doing that. Yes, 1 more hit. Come on. It's really tricky trying to pick these up in the air. I mean, it's It's tricky enough when they're not moving, when you're picking up a block in the air. Yes, I've done it! Yes! 12 hits, and you only got me twice. I think that's the best I've ever done that. It's really good. I'm glad I recorded this. Great going, Mickey. I knew you could do it. Oh yeah, thanks for your help, guys. This calls for a celebration across the land. And as the shadows faded, the people rejoiced. At Buckingham Palace. Still can't get over that. Buckingham Palace. Yeah, so it's hard enough trying to pick up items when you're jumping, like the blocks at the start of the game, without them moving. Anyway, at Castle Goofstein. But yeah, so, picking up those bombs in the air is annoyingly tricky. It's best to let them. It's best to try and press the button. It's best to try and press button 1 when the bomb's touching your feet, almost at your feet when you're in the air. I think that's how you do it. Anyway, and especially in the Kingdom of Pete. It's just practice, really. Which was renamed the Kingdom of Mickey after its... Oh, I can't skip this one. After its brave new king. Yeah, so it's just practice, really. I mean, there are some things that you do, like riding a bike. You don't know how you do them, really, and if you think about it too much, you sort of stop doing it almost. But if you just let it come naturally, you sort of ride a bike. I suppose it's like doing that boss. Anyway, long live the new king, long live King Mickey. Mark my words, one day I'll be king again. Why is he a prisoner? Why did he go in jail? What did he do wrong? He only tried to stop himself being deposed, you know. He tried to prevent a bloodless coup, and he gets put in prison for it. Anyway, needs to make him an advisor or something. Anyway, yeah, so doing that boss, it's like riding a bike. Once you know you can do it most of the time, even though you don't really know how you do it. You just kind of do it. But yeah, that was Legend of Illusion. Now, I did say at the end of the last video that I did, which was part 14, I think, of Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, doing the Mercenaries game as Mikhail. I did say my next videos would be Resident Evil Director's Cut. Now, that's going to take a fair few number of videos, so I thought I really don't have the time for that, and I am still technically taking a break. So I just thought I'd do a quick video of, even though it's taken an hour. It's taken about an hour to do this. I thought I'd just do a quick video of this game, because it won't take 19 parts or 20 parts or whatever. And because of that, I think my next video is going to be Castle of Illusion on the Game Gear. I haven't really done that for the Game Gear yet. I've done it for the Master System, but the Game Gear version, I sort of put off doing it because the Game Gear version is more or less identical to the Master System version, but it isn't as identical as the Master System version of this game is to the Game Gear version of this game, but it's still very similar. I mean, that's why when I originally did those games years ago now, it's about 2012 or 2013 or something, when I did Land of Illusion, I did the Game Gear 1 almost immediately after. For two reasons. One, because I think it justified doing another video because, well, a little bit sooner, because it's more different than the Castle of Illusion Game Gear version, and because I love Land of Illusion so much that it gave me an excuse to play it again. So yeah, so next video is going to be Castle of Illusion on the Game Gear. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.